So good morning students. From today onwards we are going to discuss about the structures. As we know, structure also plays a very important role in the data structures. So before moving towards the lecture of linked list, we need to know about the pointer, array and structures. So far we have discussed so many concepts of the pointer in relation with the arrays. But now we will see the basic concept of the structure and its relation with the pointers, and after that we will move to the linked list. So today in this lecture we are going to understand about the basic concept of the structure. As we know, structure is nothing but it is a user defined data types, and the other user defined data types are like that is a union, enumerated data type, class. They are also the user defined data type. So as we know, in user defined data type we can deal with the heterogeneous data types. So let us see, in this video we will understand the basic concept of structure with the help of the program. So let us see a program in which we will declare or we will discuss about the structure struct account int num char then float balance. So here this is structure and it can be used by using a keyword, that is struct. So once again I would like to tell you that structure is basically, this is the collection of heterogeneous data types, or we can say within the structure we can keep different type of data items. But on the other hand, like in array we can keep the similar type of data items. So this is the difference between the array and the structure. So we can keep, so here we are using a structure account in which we are using the three different variables, or we can say three different data types, because this is the account. So here we are taking the a variable number, this is integer type, and then account name. So here we are using a group of character, that is string. So this is account name, ACC name, and then balance, float balance. So these are the three data types. So we can say they are the heterogeneous. So this is heterogeneous data type. So structure is a collection of heterogeneous data types, and this is also known as, this is a user defined data type. Now we will declare some of its variables. So here we have taken three variables, that is A1, A2 and A3. So these are the three variables, and these three variables, that is A1, A2 and A3, they individually represent this account. Means each variable will have each attribute or with the help of this we can we can store the value of one account with three different fields. So now, so here we have taken the three variables. Now printf /n enter account numbers, names, account names and balances. Now we will print, or we can say we will take some values of this account, like account number, then account name and then account balance for these three variables. So here we are using this printf function, enter numbers, that is account numbers, account names and balances. Now we will use scan. So we can write here scanf and then %d, %s and %f, because this number is of integer type, that's why we are using %d, and this is array of character. Array of character is known as string, so we are using here %s, and then balance, this is float, that's why we are using %f. So we can get the values from the keyboard and we can write ampersand, then a1 number, then a1 dot acc name and then ampersand a1 dot balance. So here we are taking ampersand a1 dot number, and then here we are not taking the ampersand because this is a string, so we do not need to write this address of operator, because here we can take the base address that we have already seen in the case of array. So we can just give here the name of the array with the help of which we can enter the values from the keyboard. So we don't need to write the ampersand here, that's why we are writing here a1 dot acc underscore name and then ampersand a1 dot balance. So in this way we can enter the value of a1 and then scanf the values for the second variable, that is a2. So we will use ampersand a2 num, then a2 underscore a2 dot acc underscore name %a2 then balance. Now we can also enter the value for third variable. So we can use this scan f then %d, %s, %f, a3 ampersand a3 dot num, that is number, and then a3 dot acc dot name underscore name and then ampersand a3 dot balance. So with the help of this we can enter all the values of, that is a1, A2 and A3. After entering the value from the keyboard, now we can print these values. So we can use the printf function, print f. So this is /n and then %d and then %s, %f. So we can print. So this will be a1 dot num comma a1 dot acc underscore name and then a1 dot balance. Now we will print the value of second variable, that is a2. So we can use /n %d then %s %f and then if we want to access the individual item of this structure, then we need to use this dot operator. That's why we are using this dot. So a2 dot num then a2 dot acc name a2 dot balance and /n. Now we will print the value of third variable that we have entered from the keyboard. So we will use a3 now. So this is the third variable. So a3 dot num and then a3 dot acc name a3 dot balance. So in this way we can retrieve the value of all the values which are in a1, a2 and a3. So this is the simple way of structure with the help of which we can print the values. Now one important thing that is to be noted here, if we are using within the structure these different type of data items, so they are stored in the memory in a contiguous location, or we can say contiguous memory allocation. So it is to be noted here, in structures or structure elements, we can say structure elements are arranged in contiguous memory locations. So we can say, if suppose for example a1 dot num, if the value of this a1 dot name is, say this is 16975 and its corresponding address is 65501. So a1 dot num, this is holding a value, this is 16975, it is of integer type, or we can say the account number is 16975 and its address is 65501. So this is the value and this is the address. Now the next element is, so we can write here, we can say this is a1 dot, so a1 dot account name say this is Krishan, then the next address will be, because we know integer takes 2 bytes of memory, so there will be a gap of 2. So as per the contiguous memory allocation, the next address will be, this will be 65503, 65503, and its next element is, this is balance. So we can say A1 dot balance, suppose its value is, this is 1234.5.67. The balance is 12345.67. Then again we have to see, because here we are storing, this is the array of 15 characters, here we are using 15 characters, and we know character occupies 1 byte of memory. So for this next address, there would be a difference of 15 locations. So we can say its address will be, this will be 65518, because there will be a gap of 15. Here the gap is, here gap is of 2, and here the gap is of 15. That's why its address is 65518. So this is the contiguous memory location in case of structure. So in this video we have seen that what is a structure. So structure is nothing but it is a user defined data type which can hold different type of data items, or we can say heterogeneous data types. If we want to use its elements or its values, then we need to declare its variables. So these are the variables, these are the structure variables. We can create 2 variables, 3 variables, or it depends on the situation, and then here we are simply printing these values. If you want to access the elements of this structure, then we need to use this dot operator also, like here we are using. If you want to get the value from the keyword, then we are using like ampersand A1 dot num, A1 dot account name, then A1 dot balance, and so on. This is for A2, and then A3, and here simply we are printing these values. So we have seen what is the structure. So in the next video we will see array of structure, or we can say some more interesting concept of the structure. Thank you.